Hey guys, welcome to Living Satisfied. My name is Ellie. If you're new here, welcome. We talk about nutrition and wellness and motherhood and all that fun stuff on this channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 things that have changed nutritionally since having kids through pregnancy and postpartum and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so if there's one thing that has changed drastically postpartum, it is digestion. And I think that's likely the same thing for a lot of women because babies really do just mess with your digestion in general. And like I've had stages of poor digestion in my life anyways. I mean, who hasn't? But I felt like I was doing pretty good prior and I really had to work to get my digestion back, and I'm still working to get my digestion back post-kids. So number 1 is that every season is different in your life. There's gonna be times when you digest really well and sometimes that you don't digest really well. And that's just the way it is. There's gonna be times that you tolerate things and times that you're intolerant to things. Maybe you gain a sensitivity to something or an allergy to something. It's just the way life kind of works. So an example for me is prior to having kids, I would drink milk, specifically raw milk, raw whole milk, and I got it from a local farmer. It was well vetted, etc., etc. I will put some links down to the benefits of raw milk. It's easier to digest. It has the enzyme still in it that helps you digest the milk, and so I loved it. I didn't drink it a ton, but when I got pregnant with my first, I downed milk. Like I downed that milk like it was my job. And then my second baby, didn't even want to touch it. I didn't want milk or really any of that kind of thing. And now postpartum, I really just don't digest milk all that well. I do cheeses. I try to do higher quality cheeses, but even that, like I try to do like a less amount of it and not like really dive in. Just the way my digestion works, you know, things worked really well for kids, and now there is a lizard outside. I'm sorry, there's a lizard outside. That's exciting. Anyways, things change throughout postpartum, and I just want to encourage you that just because you might be sensitive or intolerant to something right now doesn't mean that that's going to be for the rest of your life. If you really work on your digestion, you take out those items for a period of time and then slowly introduce them, oftentimes you'll be fine. Number 2 is that I limit / I count my carbs. And this is because I had gestational diabetes with both my kids, and if you have gestational diabetes, you are way more likely to get diabetes, type 2 diabetes in the future, and even type 1. There's people that I know that had babies and ended up with type 1 afterwards, which is super crazy. But I really try to just keep track of my carbs. That's not something that I really did before. I would just try to eat healthy before, but things like lentil pastas and things like that, those are, or just lentils in general, those are really like dense carbohydrates, and the serving size is a lot smaller than you think. And so I try to like really be careful about the amount of carbs I have. There are tons of people in my family that have type 2 diabetes, and my blood sugar honestly hasn't been the same postpartum. After both my kids, it just hasn't been the same. And so I'm cresting on the side of being pre-diabetic, and so I really want to make sure that I am taking care of myself now. Number 3 is that I juice often. I started juicing, I think before kids, and then I just have continued to juice. And I'm not talking about like yummy like orange juices or like fresh apple juices or like green juices that have like really have like a ton of apple in them, so they're really sweet. No, I'm talking about like green, dense juices like celery, kale, spinach. We'll do cabbage. If my digestion's really wonky, I'll do cabbage. And all of that stuff. And then I'll use like, usually I'll use like a lemon to kind of cut the earthiness and the grassiness of it. And maybe like 1 apple for like a big jar of juicing. But I found that juicing just really, really helped me postpartum, especially right after postpartum when your digestive system is just, you just went through so much stress, so much trauma, and your body's like, I don't know what to do. And so juicing was a really great thing for me and still has been a really great thing. Number 4 is that I will take apple cider vinegar, and let me just tell you, ew. Ew, ew. I don't like it. It's not something that I enjoy. However, if I am having like that burning sensation when you have like indigestion or just like a stomach ache and it like burns, or like you just kind of don't feel good, taking a tablespoon or two of apple cider vinegar and some warm water, like maybe like this much warm water, because you don't want to take apple cider vinegar like really straight. I will take it, and within 15 minutes, I'm like usually good to go. And so it really, really helps my digestion. Again, ew. But I literally like, I plug my nose and I just chug it, and ugh, that's usually my face afterwards. But it helps significantly. There's tons of benefits for apple cider vinegar. I will put a link down in the description of some of them. But yeah, apple cider vinegar. It's gross, but sometimes in the name of health, you do what you gotta do. And lastly, but not least, number 5 is that I try to balance my meals properly. This is something that I think, especially when we're single or we don't have kids, or maybe we do have kids, but we're not eating with them, is we just kind of make odd meals or things that are not very well balanced. And since having kids, I've really tried to balance my plates out, because they are watching me. They're watching what I eat, and we really try hard to make our plates look just like my kids' plates, and vice versa. We try to not like cater to like kid food, that kind of thing, except for maybe at like lunch or something like that. But I really try to make an effort to prepare my food well, so that my kids can also see that I am doing it well and trying to live a healthy lifestyle, because they're watching. They watch everything. So there you go. Those are 5 things that changed nutritionally after I had kids. If you want to know more information about any of these topics, please let me know down in the comments below, or hit me up on Instagram at Living Satisfied. I'd love to chat with you. And I am also setting up email subscriptions. I'm going to be sending out bi-monthly emails, so make sure to subscribe there at livingsatisfied.com. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe below, and I will see you guys later. Bye.